Good morning, Barbara.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm pretty good. I'll be better when I get this coffee down.
We're all better with a little coffee. Okay, your slide disappeared on me. Where'd it go? Was it 233?
Um, um, or, um, hang on a second, I'll tell you.
I've got your note here, but it says there's a check.
235.
How much?
235.
Okay, I'll fix that right now. What? You won't. You won't be back by 8. Well, not if your appointment's not till 7:40.
Well, I'll get out there now. Get in early.
Good luck.
Always do.
Yeah. Okay.
But I'm also going to bring something to read.
Okay. Here, you want to bring this book that Becky loaned us? You want to take this book that Becky loaned us? She loaned it to us to read. I want to read it too, but
I'll read something else, but I'll read that. Sure.
Okay.
I don't know who that is. Do you? Sam Harris.
I can't talk right now. Good morning, Joanne.
Good morning.
You look wonderful. Have you been up for hours or what?
You know, you'd hate to know what time of the day I get up. I get up about 4.
Good for you. What time do you go to bed?
Oh, about 9. But, you know, I got up early for many years and I just kind of enjoy the early morning, so it doesn't bother me. I can always take a nap.
True. And once you get used to getting up at a certain hour, your body just kind of keeps on doing it.
Morning, Barbara.
Good morning.
In the district leadership meeting, I mentioned to Jay that tentatively we were thinking about starting in-person meetings on the 14th. And he said, oh, well, if you'd like me to open those for you, let me know. That's what he would do his visit. So I'll let you ponder that. But I think that we have programs listed pretty far out.
We do have programs. In fact, Don Wasson sent me a note. We do have programs through the rest of the year. And my question is, I sent a note back to Don. Do you think he wants to talk to a room that may have only 10 to 15 people and the rest of them on Zoom?
Yes, I think he's been doing that.
Okay.
So I'll be there.
Well, we are going to plan to do it on the 14th. So our speaker is not comfortable coming in person, and so she will be on Zoom. But we'll do both. We'll have hybrid. We'll have Zoom and in person.
Well, anyway, you think about when you want him to come, but he'll want 30 minutes of your program time. So that's a stretch.
Yeah. We'll have to juggle. I'll get with Bob. We've got some speakers who are flexible that we can probably move them into July.
Okay.
Thank you. I see we have our speaker on. Hello, Erin.
Good morning, Barbara.
Nice.
How are you?
Nice to have you with us.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here. And I'm a morning person too. So this works for me.
Good. Well, it's going to be a real adjustment when we start meeting in person, and those of us who are going to go in person are going to have to get up a little bit earlier and get ready and get dressed and get in the car and drive to our meeting. It's going to be a change.
I'm gonna have to brush my hair.
I know that'll take at least 30 minutes. Morning, Scott.
Morning. How are we doing this morning?
Good. How about you?
Not bad. Gotta flip my lights on. I can see.
Barbara,
Thanks again.
do you handle the technical piece of this?
Oh, as best I can.
So I'm going to need, just at the end of my presentation is when I wanted to share a very short video. It's maybe 3-4 minutes long.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and set it up so so you can share the screen. So you'll be able to do that. You'll just
Okay.
go down and click share screen and bring up your video and it should work.
Okay. Fingers crossed.
Well, we had somebody show a video last week and it worked. So
Okay.
sometimes it works. I tried to show a video of when we had one of our new members inducted and I couldn't get it to work. So you never know.
Well, at least it's at the end. So if for some reason it doesn't work, we'll go right into questions.
Okay. Our Sergeant Arms, Megan, she's not on yet, but she will field the questions for you from the chat room. So don't feel like
Okay.
you gotta look at the chat room as well as do your presentation because she'll take care of it.
And I so appreciate that, very much so.
It's hard to keep track of what people start putting in is when you're trying to talk. That's hard.
Yes, and I've seen people do it, especially on Leadership Tulsa Zoom meetings that I've had. And they don't even seem flustered, but I don't think that that would work very well for me unless I really had to do it. But I'm glad that in this particular meeting, you all are handling it.
Yeah, we'll take care of that part. Morning, Joy. Oh, you're not connected yet. Okay. There's Joy.
Hi there.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good. And you?
Oh, good. I I did the unthinkable last Wednesday and just overslept.
That's not like you at all.
No, it's not. Yeah, it's like, who is this person in command of my body? So anyway,
Are you on your bicycle again?
I have my bike set up on a trainer in the house right now, so I am getting some I'm getting used to being back on the bike, but without any it's sort of like mega training wheels.
Without falling down.
Yeah. So, but I've got to get it off the trainer and see if I can actually, have it between the ears to go out on the pavement again. So, yeah. So anyway.
Barbara,
Yes.
could you imagine? I just had a thought, giving a presentation while you're doing the elliptical and fielding questions at the end.
That would be good. That would be talent.
Well, what
Not
about
this time.
what about the surgeon who appeared before the judge virtually while he was in the middle of surgery?
Yeah.
Oh,
Not feeling too confident with that one.
I wouldn't want to be the patient.
No.
Yeah.
Morning,
Pretty arrogant.
morning, Tamara.
Morning, Barbara.
Morning, Bob.
Mike, you're
Good morning. I'm now off mute.
There. Very good.
are you done in there?
I will be. Sorry, I forgot.
Huh.
Good morning, everybody.
Morning, Stan.
Morning, Stan.
Morning.
Dr. Cyrus.
How we
You're,
doing? How we doing? How we doing?
There we
good.
go. Man, you're bright, Scott.
Yeah, telling
Look
you.
at the lights out there.
We're in.
Dr. Cyrus, do you remember Phil Black and their family?
Oh, yes, yes.
Well, I used to work with Phil. He was my supervisor for many years over at Creoaks.
Yeah, Creoaks, yeah.
Now my daughter's working over there.
Very good, yeah. He was a good friend, good friend. In fact, we tried to work a little bit of a deal where, because psychiatry was such and still is a tough area to get kids into. We almost had a pipeline where we could send our kids, which was nice because Phil would help us out.
I actually went to that lunch with you and Phil that day that we were talking about that idea. I was the one that was there. Small world.
It is small world. And now I find myself in New Mexico as the chief of pediatrics at an osteopathic medical school.
You don't say, really?
Yeah, and actually I still have my practice in Oklahoma. So I practice pediatrics in Oklahoma and I teach pediatrics in New Mexico.
How long have you been doing that?
Oh, about, not very long, about 5 years.
Oh, okay.
And a seeker in the
Within that month?
The bomb's onboard computer controlled the fins to fly it like a miniature plane onto the target.
All right, someone's
Dad,
gonna
I
have to
really
mute
like your
first.
fish.
I'm gonna have to shut somebody.
There's a mirror that rocks back and forth that adjusts the beam.
Good. I've turned off the jet.
He's watching the news.
He knew it was Wednesday and I had Rotary. No, lost track of time in the big realm.
Dan, those were nice fish.
Hey, thank you. We had a good time.
What kind of fish were those? They were huge.
Red snapper, red snapper.
They were
Oh,
red.
that is good eating.
Oh, it is. We had some last night just to try it out. It was good.
Bigger than
Far out where you stand?
Well, we were probably only about 10 miles out, but we went down the coast. We were out about an hour and a half getting there and an hour and a half coming back, and it was cold. But we were bundled up.
We're planning on going to Texas tomorrow if everything works out for us
All right, Jim, good for you.
for about 3 weeks.
Harlingen?
We're at Farr, right beside McAllen.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Very good. It's warmer down there.
Well, I hope so. We haven't been there for over a year, so we kind of need to check some things out.
Okay, we got the big bell. I'm at home, so we have the big bell. So we will start the meeting. So let me bring up the presentation. And we have Bob Archibald is our Rotarian of the day. So Bob, would you take care of the prayer and the pledge for us?
Well, good morning to everybody. Welcome to today's meeting. Welcome to our speaker. Would you join me in to begin the meeting in the Lord's Prayer, please? Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, power, and the glory forever. Amen. Let's salute and pledge allegiance to our flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Back to you, Barbara.
Thank you. We will now take it to Megan as our Sergeant of Arms. So Megan, it's now yours. Megan,
Megan's muted.
you're muted, Megan.
Sorry, am I on now?
Yeah. you're on.
Okay. For some reason my speakers aren't working real well. You guys can hear me?
Yes.
Yes. I can't hear you. That's strange. Okay. Well, welcome everybody. I'm actually gonna take these out real quick. Let's not change it. Hold on. Sorry, give me 1 minute. Okay. There we go. Nice to see you guys. Sorry. Good morning, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well this morning. Do we have any guests besides our speaker? Any guests?
I think Sherry may be. I think Sherry Perry's on as a guest.
Oh, okay. Sherry Perry. Oh, yeah. Hi, Sherry Perry. Good morning. Are you there?
Like she's trying to connect.
Oh, she's connecting to audio now, so maybe she's not quite there yet. There she is.
She there? Sherry? Well, welcome, Sherry. We're glad you're back. Is there anybody else? All right. Well, are there any birthdays or anniversaries? Looking around. No birthdays or anniversaries?
Quiet group.
I know we do have a quiet group. A little groggy this morning. And how about Happy Bucks? Yes, Janet Cheek.
So yesterday I went and Scott and I bought a bike and a trainer, and I already have a bicycle and a trainer set up. So now we're set up. We can exercise together in the morning.
Oh, that's fun. That's great.
That's not fun.
Exercise with a partner. That's good. All right. Anybody else? Yes, Scott, Cyrus.
Well, I'd like to put a shout out for Barbara Smallwood. She saved me unbelievable time last Wednesday. Our lake house door somehow blew open, and I did not have to travel up to the lake, which was basically a 3-hour round trip for me. So for every hour, I will give a dollar that she saved me in time. So I'll give $3, 3 happy bucks. I should probably give $180 because it was saving me a lot of minutes. But no, I really want to say, Barbara, thank you very much for that. That really saved me a lot of time, and I appreciate you doing that for me.
Not a problem. I was there and happy to do it.
That's great. All right. Stan Grog.
Hey, so we were in Padre Island with grandkids and Kelly and Carla, and my granddaughter, I dared her to go on the human slingshot with me, which she was excited to do, unfortunately. And I said a few cuss words on my way up and on my way down, and it twisted. Oh, it was crazy. And then on the way home, so I guess I'm going to have to do $250. We met Gary Miller in Port O'Connor, Texas, which is just a big old fishing village with boats all over the place, and went out on the Gulf and caught a limit of red snapper within 2 hours, and my arm was quite sore. They are hard to bring in, and they really fight. But we now have about 50 pounds of filet red snapper, which you maybe saw the pictures in the fundraiser, and it was fun, excitement.
Great. The human slingshot. Wow.
It
You're
was
like grandpa of the year.
crazy. She loved it. She was laughing at me because I was saying SHIT so much.
Oh.
Yes.
That's great. All right, I think I see Barney. Barney's been waving his hand.
Good morning. I'm ROD next week, and Teresa Knox, who's my speaker, there's a feature article in the Tulsa World this morning. You might want to take a look at it, and that'll make my job a lot easier. So anyway, tune in. She's talking about the church studio, which is the old Leon Russell facility. Take a look at it.
Great, thank you. Oh, Bill Lawson's holding it up too. All right. All right, someone was waving. Carolyn McGay. You're on mute. Are you having? Yes, she can't go off mute. Barbara, can you pull her off mute? You're on mute too.
Ah, got it.
Oh, okay, she's there.
A box popped up. My happy buck today is that I called. I call Jack every now and then to check on him, see how he's doing, because he hadn't been attending meetings. I don't think he's on today, but I always call the house because he's never home. So, and I know I get to talk to Patty when I call. So I did. He wasn't home. He was at work. And I talked to Patty for over an hour, and I learned more about Jack than I ever knew. But anyway, we had a wonderful conversation. Jack is fine. He's busy working. I mean, he works till like 7:30 at night, every night. So he didn't even get home the whole hour we were on the phone. So anyway, I just wanted to report that, but it was so wonderful to visit with Patty.
Anybody else?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Lynn and I got to see our granddaughters for the first time since October this past weekend. And we went to a state park and out in the middle of Texas. It was quite a drive to Waco from Corinth up near Denton. Had a great time and look forward to our next visit.
Great.
Thanks.
All right. Anybody else? Sherry.
Hi, I'm glad to be visiting you all today.
Yeah.
I have overcome technological issues for about the last 5 minutes to get in, and here I am. Good to see you all.
Great to have you here. Yes. Are you in Tulsa or are you?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm over here in Bixby.
Oh, good. All right. We're glad to have you.
Thanks.
I have a happy buck.
Yes, Joy.
I used to sew everything, draperies, the clothing I wore, and then I got a real job and I didn't have time to do that. But anyway, now I'm retired and I remember you used to sew. So anyway, I have a 2-year-old niece, great niece, and I made this awesome little dress for her. And in case you're wondering, they're frogs.
Oh, how cute.
That's darling.
Thank you, Martha. Anyway, there was a minimum of cussing involved, and anyway, it was just nice to have my hands on cloth again.
That's impressive, Joy. That is really.
You're easy to impress.
So cute. So cute.
I sent you to Togo with the fabric.
All right. Anybody else? Oh, Stan has something else.
Well, I'm just giving a shout out to Gary Miller because I see he's on and ask if he caught any more fish after I left. Gary, can you flip on?
Hey, Stan, can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you.
Yep, we can hear you.
Oh, yeah, we sure did. It got easier and easier.
You don't need a guide when you go fishing with Gary. He is the guide.
That's great. That's great. We tried to fish in
I had a
Destin, but it didn't
question.
work. Yes?
I was wanting to know if Barney and Ellie, what their last name was.
Tomquist.
I believe you know my husband, David Wombold.
You're Aaron? Oh, hey. Yes, we do.
I was debating. I saw your names and it was just your first names. And I thought, should I say something? Oh, go ahead, say something. So I'll have to tell him that I saw you and you were on this meeting with me.
Yeah, tell him to call us. We got some work.
Okay, I will let him know. I will give him the message.
Thank you.
Nice
Thank
to meet
you.
you.
I'm so glad you said something.
Well, it was so nice to meet you.
David's our adopted son, so that makes you our adopted daughter.
Yes, yes, absolutely. You have known him and he's known you all for a long time.
That's awesome. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you.
Great. That's great. Yes, Martha.
Yes, sorry that was a little late this morning. I never know when my internet's going to work and when it's not. And of course, it's Cox, so it's supposed to be extremely dependable. But anyway, my happy buck is kind of just a moving happy buck. My husband and I went over to Forest Ridge Christian Church at the corner of 81st and Mingo. They're the church that have all the crosses for everyone that has died of COVID.
Yeah.
And it was unbelievable. There were several other people there when we got there, and everybody is taking pictures. And then one gal kneeled down and she took a cross, and we walked over to them and she said, I'm taking a cross because my husband died of COVID and I wanted to have something, special. And they told us that we could come over here and take a cross. So I feel so good today that she felt wonderful that she was able to go there and be able to get a cross for him. And we stood and talked for a while, and it was really a wonderful experience to just stand there amongst all those crosses and meet a new friend. So if you have a chance, go over there. It's worth every minute of it.
Great. Thank you, Martha, for sharing that. I didn't know that was there.
I just think Martha has the dearest heart. She can,
I know. I'm like,
wow. She ministers to people when she's getting the census.
You're a sweetheart.
Yep.
All right. Anybody else?
She makes lemonade every day.
All right. Well, and I survived my trip with 5 teenage boys or 4 teenage boys and my husband. So we went to Destin and but it was red flag surf. I don't know if the surf was really high in Texas, Stan, but it was really high in Florida. So
it was higher than I wanted.
yeah, it was really high. So all right. Well, today's joke is kind of a joke. It's actually Stan Grogg sent this to me. I thought it was kind of funny. This is interactive, so everybody get ready. This is called, well, we're going to try this, okay? So it says, how smart is your right foot? You have to try this. So it's absolutely true. Guess there are some things that the brain cannot handle. So get ready. So while sitting in your chair, lift your right foot off the floor and make clockwise circles. Is everybody doing it? Making a clockwise circle? Now, while doing this, draw the number 6 in the air with your right hand, your foot.
What happened? It changed directions.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's nothing you can do about it. And you're probably going to try it again today. So have fun with that. I'm done.
Coming from Stan, I was kind of concerned about the joke.
Oh, there's more. Just wait. Stay tuned for next week.
Okay, thank you, Megan. We'll go back to our presentation. And last week, no one found the mistake in the fundraiser. So there is another mistake in this week's fundraiser. So go back, and while we're chatting, go back, pull it up, read it, see if you can find it. First one who finds it and enters the answer in the chat room will win the $5 Starbucks gift card. And I've been carrying one around now for several weeks, and nobody has found the answer. And it's a different answer every week. So go out and look and see if you can find it and win the Starbucks card. I'm surprised Barney and Ellie have not won it because they win a lot. Okay, I have several announcements today. This is one from Rotary International about a diversity, equity, and inclusion task force. I put it in there just to let you all know that Rotary is addressing this. I don't know exactly what they're doing. I think they're going to do a survey, and then as a result of the responses from that survey, they will, in focus groups, interviews, et cetera, they're going to develop a plan, which will then be rolled out. I expect, knowing how most of these things go, it'll be at least a 6-month venture before we see any results back from that. But do know that Rotary International is making some headway in there. Okay, this is important. There is a virtual grant management seminar on April the 6th from 5:30 to 6:30. And I believe that's the same night as our Rotary board meeting. So that kind of eliminates some of our board members from attending. But we really need at least 2 attendees in order to be eligible to participate in district grants for the coming year. So you can go to DACDB to register, or just contact Cole and she will help you get registered for that. I think that Gifty may have already registered or is going to register. So if that's the case, we need at least one more person to sign up to attend that grant management seminar. So thank
Barbara?
you. Yes.
Barbara, that training is going to be recorded. It can be taken later if we need to.
Okay, great.
We could also see hail 2 inches or more in diameter, and we could also have to deal with damaging winds in addition to tornadoes. Winds up to about 75 miles per hour. Flooding is also a possibility. The ground is already saturated, and we could see another 3 to 4.
We need to go on mute. Thank you.
Are we flooding? Okay, moving on. Okay, service opportunities. Today, you've got an opportunity. VJ sent me an email that they're loading Dr. Foley's container at 10 o'clock this morning. And anybody who wishes to help or just watch what's happening, get out there about 9:30. They're going to load it at starting at 10. It'll take a couple hours. So it's out there off of 11th Street in Erie. And I went out yesterday to take my little sack of glasses that I've been collecting over the past number of years, every time my prescription changes. And they were getting ready to start the work to load that container up to send over to Togo. So if you have time, head out there today and help out. March 30th is Joy in the Cause from 4 to 6 at 39th and South Harvard, Suite 185. There will be plenty of room for social distancing. And Bill Bowen suggested maybe some people who come over and help pack the Miss Pearls would want to go out for dinner afterwards. So that's another opportunity. And then April the 17th is the Jinx Food Bank. That's the 3rd Saturday of every month. And they were limited to 3 volunteers, but there is no limit now because they just deliver the food to the clients. So for details, contact Bill Bowen. That was lifted directly from the fundraiser. Hint, hint. Okay, this is a thank you. Got a letter from Rotary International thanking us for our donation to Polio Plus as a club, and I believe that is because of the speaker honorariums that we send to Rotary International as a thank you for speaking. Also, Lead, Learn, and Live sent us a note thanking us for our support of their program and giving us a little bit more information on how those students are doing. So we appreciate the thank yous very much. Family of Rotary, Linda Ortega is having hip surgery this morning, replacement surgery. So keep her in your thoughts and prayers. I'll be checking with her either today or tomorrow to see how she's doing. So that is that. This is a repeat from last week. People wanted to know where to go to watch some of our previous Sunrise e-meetings. They are all on DACDB. They've all been recorded and then they've been posted. They were posted in club files and then somebody took away club files. So now I had to redo them all and put them all in club files new. So they are all there. They should be all available to review and look at. You just fast forward through all the chit chat that we did at the beginning of the meeting and you can get right to the program. Because we really had some good ones this year. So thank you, Bob Archibald, for that. Okay, I think now we are ready for our drawing. And let me stop sharing and go to Ellie now.
Okay, here we go. I hope everybody wins. Trying to get one. Yes, thank you. There's $235 in the pot. And Don Wasson has the opportunity this morning. And I think he's not on. So correct me if I'm wrong, Don. Going, gone. Next up is Barney. Okay, pick a number, any number.
Let's go with 53.
53. 53?
That's what it said.
53, okay. Here's 53. It's the Queen of Diamonds. I'm sorry, Barney, you're a loser.
Oh,
Thank you, Ellie.
Thank you.
Okay. Here's our chart. And as you can see, and I alluded to, I think last week, the numbers are continuing to go down. The cumulative deaths are continuing to plateau out. So I'm going to talk to Joe this week, and we're going to plan to have our first in-person meeting. It'll also be via Zoom. So if you don't feel comfortable coming, you can do it on Zoom on April the 14th. I want to give it a couple more weeks to settle in, and then we'll start. It'll be out at the Marriott. I don't know yet if they're going to do a buffet or how they're going to do that. I just don't know what the CDC guidelines or the Tulsa County guidelines are going to be at that point. But I think we are to the point where we can, with safety precautions, start meeting in person. So April 14th will be the date, unless something changes. I'll continue to remind you all of that, and it will be in the fundraiser as well. Okay, let's see here now. Okay, save the date. We've put the date on the calendar. We're actually going to have a change of ducks this year. We did not get to have one last year because of the pandemic. So we will have one this year. We've already booked it for Friday, June 25th. There'll be more details to come as far as the program, what we're doing, et cetera, and we'll talk about that at our board meeting, for our April board meeting, and then get back with you on details for that. But plan on Friday, June 25th for change of ducks. Okay, Bob Archibald, I'm going to let you take over the program now, and you can tell us about yourself, and then you can introduce Aaron for us.
Well, good morning again. I found an error in the fundraiser. I'm sure it's not the official one, but in my bio, I learned that everybody thinks I've been married 34 years to Lynn, when actually we're working on our 39th year. So that's my error, but I'm sure it's not the official one. My bio, I joined back in 2013 at the invitation of Mike Bibby. It's really been an enjoyable time for me. After a couple of years, I retired from work and have tried to be involved in some of the things that this active club does. And it's really helped fill the time in retirement, along with, grandkids and stuff like that. Looking forward to many more years. And I'll go ahead and jump to our speaker and give her some time to explain what her group does. Erin provided me a short bio, and I'll just read it. Erin Wombold is the executive director of the Shining Honor Project. Mrs. Wombold has over 20 years of experience with raising funds for nonprofit agencies, schools, religious affiliates, and community clubs of all sizes. She shares a strong belief that people, relationships, and compassion are the driving force and the most important key factors towards effective fundraising. Listening to individual needs and desires are imperative toward helping people reach their goals. Mrs. Wombold earned a Bachelor of Arts degree in psychology from Northeastern State University and has continued on for a master's degree in human relations with a strong emphasis in psychology from the University of Oklahoma. Her current professional affiliations are as a member of Leadership Tulsa, Association of Fundraising Professionals, board member of CREOKS, Behavioral Health Services. I'm not sure what that acronym. CREOKS. Okay. Committee for the Mental Health Association Oklahoma and a participant of Leadership Broken Arrow. Since February of 2017, Erin has held the position of Executive Director for the Shining Honor Project, which is a community initiative that honors our nation's veterans while providing patriotic employment opportunities for adults with developmental challenges. And without further ado, welcome Erin Wombold. Good morning, Erin.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. I am so glad to be joining you on your Zoom meeting today. And I will be talking about Shining Honor and how 2 words transform 2 worlds. Now, shining and honor, 2 words that when you hear them should bring specific images to mind. My hope is that at the end of our time this morning, you will see that those 2 words, shining and honor, when combined purposely, can actually transform lives. Let's think about the word shining first. Shining is defined as radiant, gleaming, or even bright. You might think of stars shining in the sky, the sun, a flashlight, or even diamonds, ladies. And then there's honor. Honor is a showing of merited respect, or as a verb, it means to give special recognition, right? Well, the Shining Honor Project has taken the ideas and spirit reflected in those 2 words, shining and honor, and created an organization that serves in 2 distinct and powerful ways. First, we honor our nation's servicemen and women who have sacrificed so much for us. Now, the Shining Honor Project does that by cleaning and restoring headstones of military veterans and their family members. Second, what we do is we honor the adults in our community with developmental challenges. The Shining Honor Project provides them with an added sense of pride and purpose in their lives. So this is how basically it works. If you were to drive up to Oak Lawn, Clinton Oaks, Memorial Park, or Rose Hill cemeteries here in Tulsa, you might run into some of what we call our honor team members. You would find them diligently at work, restoring headstones back to its original beauty. Each member of our honor team is given a ball cap and a vest, which is pretty hard to miss. In fact, there is nothing subtle about it. The neon orange vest with Shining Honor Project on the back is worn by each member of an honor team and really stands out. They also wear a Shining Honor ball cap, and during the cooler months, we provide them with a neon hoodie with our logo on it. So they can be easily identified with people that are maybe going through the cemetery, visiting loved ones, or, for other reasons. Our partnering organizations clients are referred to as honor team members, and an honor team is usually made up, just to give you some background information, of 4 to 5 adults with developmental challenges, and each group has one job coach. The teams are trained to clean the headstones with special attention given to each detail, and they are using the same cleaning products as Arlington National Cemetery, which, if you take note of behind me, my background is of a cemetery with cherry blossoms, and I thought that would be cute and meaningful to use as my background and appropriate. You may be wondering, it actually takes each member of the honor team about 30 to 60 minutes to scrub away the years and transform an aging and weathered headstone. For many members of our honor team, who range in age from approximately 18 to 65 years, this is actually their first job. And since they're doing a job, they earn a paycheck. Honor teams are paid well above the state minimum wage. And getting a paycheck is a new feeling for them. For the first time, these men and women have money in their pockets. Now, try to think back to your first job and how it felt when you received your first paycheck. With that comes increased self-esteem, the opportunity to buy essentials, greater independence, and a sense of being part of a community. Judy Myers was the past president of the intermediate care facility at Gatesway, and I'm just going to read here what she had to say. She explains the real value of a paycheck. A paycheck really helps them learn how to become a real consumer in the community, make choices on where to go and what to buy, or even to save. End of quote. Team members develop skills that are invaluable in real-world situations. Now, thinking about it, some of these skills learned are time management, social skills, sense of responsibility, and professional cleaning skills, all of which they learn through Shining Honor. When members of our military are laid to rest, their graves are marked with a tombstone that captures a snapshot of that person's life. Let's say their name, their branch of service, the date they were born, the date they passed away. Perhaps there's a symbol of their religious affiliation on the headstone, along with a loving description, maybe even a cherished nickname. But as important as that memorial stone is, more often than not, over the years, it becomes forgotten, perhaps even abandoned as their families relocate or pass away. So therefore, that military member's headstone lies neglected. We feel that shining those headstones, cleaning away the layers of mud and stains, is an important way to honor our nation's veterans and their family members. And so we have enlisted the help of that too often overlooked group in our community, men and women with developmental challenges. Locally, we partner with the Gatesway Foundation, A New Leaf, and next month, I am happy to announce that we will be adding the INCOR, I-N-C-O-R organization, and they're based in Muskogee. The Shining Honor Project provides the funding for their clients to do this important restorative work in our cemeteries. Many of their clients receive as little as $50 a month of government assistance, so you can see that earning a Shining Honor paycheck truly makes a difference to them. Many of the opportunities that we provide adults with developmental challenges allows them to grow and try something new. They're challenged to do more and be more. Some of my favorite feedback from the professionals who work with our Shining Honor members is that they say this program brings smiles to their clients' faces. For the first time, many of these adults feel an added sense of purpose in their lives, as well as being a part of a community by giving back. So now it's my turn. I have just a real short exercise if you would join me. You don't need to leave your seat or computer screen to participate. So let's close our eyes and let's imagine not having a job and therefore very little money, and you don't have any hobbies. You have no schedule whatsoever at all, nowhere that you're needed to be or even want to be. Family may not be involved in your life, and friends are very hard to come by. You're not taking any vacations or even going out to dinner or a movie. Now imagine what your life would be like and how fulfilled it would be. Now please open your eyes and just take a few seconds just to think about that. So we did this small exercise together. Now let's put some numbers on what adults with developmental challenges face today. This information is based on data from the American Community Service Census, which was provided to us by the Gatesway Foundation at the time. Now, younger adults with developmental disabilities are 3 times more likely to live in poverty when they become adults than their peers without any disability. Another one, in the United States, 22% of American adults have a disability, and of that, nearly 11% struggle specifically with a cognitive disability that affects their capacity to recall, make decisions, and even concentrate. The Oklahoma Department of Disability Services released this. There are 60,000 individuals living in the state of Oklahoma with an intellectual or developmental disability. Nearly half, so around 29,000, live right here in our area, in the Tulsa area. Last one, 49% who want to work of this population and are able to work cannot find employment. The other 51% are not able to work or only can work on a limited basis, according to the National Core Indicators Oklahoma State Report. So it's one thing to read or hear a statistic. It's something completely different to put a face to those numbers, isn't it? I would like to share this story with you. Billy Horton was a member of our honor team, our very first honor team, actually. Billy was a cowboy and everyone called him the Sheriff of Gatesway. He would wear his boots and cowboy hat religiously. He decorated his bedroom wall with Western art. Billy was a son of a veteran. Every night, he would walk the Gatesway campus, checking and ensuring that every door was locked and everyone was safe and secure. Sheriff Billy was part of the Gatesway family for over 40 years. Billy would pick dandelions and pansies and give them to someone who was just struggling to get through the day, hoping to make them feel better. He was described as a sweet man with a big heart. When Billy first became an honor team member, he hugged his neon vest very close to him and refused to remove it to go to sleep at night. You see, he understood the importance of the work that the honor teams were doing, and the son of a veteran. He knew how to salute, how to stand at attention, and how to honor our flag. He understood and cherished the fact that he was doing important work. When the honor teams get ready to start to perform their duties, they huddle around the job coach who reads off the names of the gravestones, and they place flags as markers in front of each headstone that they're getting ready to clean. So one day the job coach heard Billy start articulating the names and other information that were on these headstones. As it turned out, Billy knew how to read. And it's just that no one knew that he could read and did not have any idea for over 5 decades. No one would have ever discovered his secret if it weren't for the Shining Honor Project. The Shining Honor Project is a gift to our veterans and their families, and a gift to adults with developmental challenges. The Shining Honor Project is growing, and we have plans to expand. Our teams have cleaned thousands of headstones since we started, which is, I'm happy to say, next month is our anniversary, our 4-year anniversary. We are changing lives, and we can't do this without your help. Here is a snapshot of what my budget looks like. To fund the supplies, the wages, the transportation to get our honor teams to and from the cemeteries, it costs approximately $256 per day for a team of 4. And to fund one team for a month is around $4,096. Your dollars go to financially support our honor team members and supplies and transportation that they need. And you wouldn't be paying for marketing, assistance, brochures, logos on apparel, water, tents, or even my salary. You are not paying for any organizational overhead when people make a donation. 100% of those overhead expenses that I have already been secured for the next couple of years through a private grant. And please know that when you do donate to the Shining Honor Project, 100% of your donation goes into the hands that need it most, our honor team members. Now, another organization I want to tell you about that we partner with is the Tulsa Community Foundation. They oversee all of the donations that come through, and they provide our supporters with a receipt for 100% of gifts that are donated. Now, for those of you that may be interested in making a donation, there are 3 ways. You can easily visit our website at www.shininghonor.org, which is quick and easy when using a credit card, or you can directly mail a check out to the Tulsa Community Foundation. And in the memo section, you just need to remember to put Shining Honor Project so they'll know which account to put that in. Or you can send your donation directly to my office here in Broken Arrow, and I'll be happy to process that for you. Now, to stay in touch, the best ways to stay in touch is to visit our website often, like us on Facebook, even check us out. I have a LinkedIn page, and follow us on Instagram. We guarantee you complete transparency. We guarantee that every dollar you would donate goes into the hands that need it most. Again, our honor team members. And we guarantee that you will make amazing changes in the lives of our Shining Honor teams while demonstrating your love and respect for those men and women and their families who have served our country. At the same time, your donation will change the lives of people like Sheriff Billy. Now I'm going to attempt to show you a short video of our honor team members in action. So, all right, looks like it's coming up. Let's see, give me a minute. See, for some reason, I don't know why it's not showing. Okay, here we go. All right, can everyone see that? Okay, here you go. Hopefully it will work.
Aaron, the sound's not coming.
Right, yeah, I was gonna say the sound is a little muffled. Is that better?
You know, I don't know if we even need the sound. I think the pictures are telling the story.
Okay, let me stop share.
Thank you. I think Megan is going to field some of the questions that were put into the chat room, Aaron. So,
Okay.
Megan, are you there?
Were you able to hear the video?
No, but I think the picture, well, it was fine. The pictures told the story. I mean, that's, you didn't need words for that. You could see the joy in their faces and you could see the work that they were doing. That was really special. Thank you. Megan got kicked off of Zoom, so let me do, we had a question from Barney and Ellie. They wanted to know what's the cleaning product that they use to clean the headstones.
So we use D2, which again is the same cleaning products that they use at Arlington National Cemetery. And there's a couple other shampoos that we use as well. And then soft bristle brushes, of course, good old water. And then they also are trained so that we make sure that they're properly utilizing these chemicals as well as the brushes. And, you know, they have gloves on normally. And, you know, it's weather, depending on the weather as well. So, you know, for those that, you know, live in an area like in Oklahoma, you know, we have days even in the wintertime, as you know, it could be 30 degrees or it could be, you know, 75, which I think is supposed to be on Saturday. So they're able to do this pretty much 12 months out of the year.
Okay, thank you. There's several people who commented that they are going to go take care of their parents' headstones because they are needed to be cleaned. So this has been a real eye opener for them to go out and do that. Jim asked if there's any opportunity for the honor team members to meet or interact with family relatives of the deceased. Is there any connection there made?
Okay, so several times actually, there were times where they would be there at the head, cleaning the headstones, and there would happen to be some family members of those people that would come by, and they would start to kind of look over, and they would get out of their vehicles. And of course, they have they're easily identified, so they know who they are. And they would be really touched by seeing them actually putting the time into caring for their loved one's headstone. But the stories that I really like is when they go to visit, and especially if they're coming from out of state, and they'll look at the headstone and they think that the cemetery did it. So they'll go inside and they'll call and talk to the person in charge over at the cemetery. And that's when they'll let them know, actually, it's Shining Honor Project. Let me send you some information about them. And they're like, oh, well, is there a charge for this? We don't charge, we do this because we want to give back and we want to do this. We're not, there's not a charge to go to clean your, loved one's headstone. When we first started, though, we were just cleaning veterans' headstones. And then I kind of felt bad, as if they were speaking to me when I was there, because, you'd have their headstone, and then what about their wife or their husband? I just didn't feel right about that. So now I'm like, okay, if it's easily identified, let's just go ahead and clean, the family's headstones as well, not just or only the military veteran.
That's nice. Thank you. What local media recognition does the honor team, or do the honor team members receive?
Okay, so if you go and you put us in as Shining Honor Project, let's say Tulsa, it will come up. There's a lot of YouTube videos, as well as on our website. There's a lot of YouTube videos on there as well that all the local news stations have done and continue to do every year. At least one, if not two pieces. You might have seen some stories on us. I've also gone on, which is not my favorite thing to do, on Channel 8 for a live interview to speak about Shining Honor. What I like about when the media will come out, or even like the Tulsa World, and they want to do a piece, I really would rather them, instead of coming here to my office, I usually will say, let's go to the cemeteries, because then they really get a full picture of what's going on and the meaning behind it by being there. So we, of course, we need to spread the word more, but we've been doing this for 4 years, and, we're growing. How this really started, in case you're interested, is there was a group. Am I okay on time?
You're fine. You're fine.
Okay. There's a group of leaders in the community that I used to work over at the Center for Individuals with Physical Challenges, which was very rewarding, and I'm still very involved with that organization. And there was a group of people that had a great idea to put together to try to help adults, that were limited on their opportunities to have, just to go out in the community and earn, money. I know that there's an organization called New View. I don't know if you're familiar with them, Vision Impairments. Love that organization as well. And I was working with them when I was over at the center, and they have several different opportunities with local businesses that offer opportunities, Tulsa World being one of them, to come work. Well, with the other population, with adults with developmental challenges, there are, and it is growing, there are more places that offer them opportunities, but this is something that we felt is so unique. And it also gave them an opportunity to be outside in the outdoors and take in, the weather, all the different changes that we offer here in Oklahoma, and be able to honor our veterans. And a lot of these individuals have family members, or had family members, that had served as well.
I assume you're a 501c3, is that correct?
Actually, I'm getting ready to start that whole process. That's one of the reasons that I partner with the Tulsa Community Foundation. It's because they hold that nonprofit status for me. Another reason that I partner with them is because people may not know who I am. So they're a little bit hesitant to get involved with an organization that they may not know. So for the first few years, I wanted to partner with the Tulsa Community Foundation to be able to have that credibility and to prove myself and how reliable we are in these organizations that we partner with.
And that's pretty typical for nonprofits starting up, is to go through the Tulsa Community Foundation because they have such a network and they have such credibility. So
yes.
Is this kind of program going on anywhere else that you're aware of in any other states or cities?
So I have received several different, some people have called me up or they've emailed me. They found us on our website. For instance, like in Montana, New Jersey, and actually a couple other places in Florida. They're wanting to start the same thing and they want to do it under Shining Honor Project. So I did start one in the Whitefish Kalispell area in Montana, as well as we may be starting something in New Jersey. So, you know, I'm more than happy. I don't have to oversee those others because it's hard when I'm here and they're so far away, especially this last year has been very challenging. But, you know, I want to make sure that if they are under Shining Honor Project, they're under me, that I take the responsibility for making sure I have enough funding to be able to offer these opportunities. Because one thing that I don't want to do is, sorry, that's, I'm at the office. One of the things is I don't want to offer and open up this door to these organizations and not be able to stick with it. You know, I don't want to say, okay, well, 6 months down the road, I'm sorry, I don't have enough funding. I'm going to have to, you know, put you on hold because that's just not right, you know. So
Okay. Is Floral Haven one of the cemeteries that you work with?
no, not right now. Not right now. Mm-mm. Would love to get in there. Would love to get in there. There have been a few people that have talked about, you know, and asked, you know, are you in Floral Haven? We have family members out there. We have not yet. And mainly it was because when I had those conversations, it happened right before, like literally right before at the beginning of March a year ago, when COVID was getting ready to hit here.
Okay. Thank you. Really appreciate your time this morning and appreciate learning about the project. And I think your video, even without the audio, was excellent. That was really, it's really special to see what they are doing.
Thank you.
As a thank you to you, we will donate an honorarium to Rotary International to our In Polio Now program. So thank you very much for being our speaker today. And I will ask if anybody has anything that they want to say or announce prior to my closing the meeting. I'm going to assume.
Yes, Aaron, we would love for you to come back again anytime.
Yes.
I would love to, and in person would be great. Even to come to one of your meetings at, you know, as not a speaker, but just to, you know, see what it's all about on a different level. I would be interested.
Great. We'll send you the information about when we meet in person. So, Joy.
I wanted to let you all know that I have the key to the post office box. Linda usually has custody of the key, and I have it now. And so if you have any questions about, you know, has this come in or whatever, then send me an email or a text. Mike Bibby, I've got a dues check I'm putting in the mail for you today. So anyway, I just wanted to let people know who's got custody of the key.
Okay, thank you, Joy.
Let Linda heal.
Okay, I will close with a statement from Martin Luther King. Everybody can be great because anybody can serve. You don't have to have a college degree to serve. You don't have to make your subject and verb agree to serve. You only need a heart full of grace, a soul generated by love. And I think what we saw today with the Shining Honor Project demonstrates that beautifully. So thank you very much, and we'll see you all next week. Thanks.
Bye.